All right, boys. So a lot of you guys have been asking me
To do a new settings video.
because there's been some stuff that's been added to the game and stuff like that. So I thought I'd give you guys a little bit of an update on that. First of all, I know you guys noticed probably new camera angle. Yeah, I got a new lens for my camera. It's the Sigma 30mm f1.4 lens. It's sexy as hell. It's so nice. So it's gonna be a little bit getting used to, but I honestly love it. Before we get into the video though, make sure you guys like, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you get updated for every video that I post out. Comment down below what you want to see next. A couple other things that I want to let you know about. If you would like the link to the client that I use, the link of that will be down below. I stream every single day on Twitch, twitch.tv/FrostyWolf. For now, it's __ at the end, but I did get partnered recently. Pog. So that might be changed just to FrostyWolf, no underscores after that. And I'll update you guys as to when that happens. Made a clan in game if you want to join. It's called Den D3N. D as in 3 as in the number 3 and N as in Nomegalol. Join. It's open to everyone except for hackers, obviously. Let's go ahead and get right into the video. All right, so first of all, use code FROSTY in the Krunker shop. To do that, just go to shop. Right here where it says purchase KR, you're going to want to type in FROSTY. Click save. That way, whenever you're buying KR, you're going to be supporting me. And I'll love you guys forever. Yep, going on into the settings. So, again, some stuff has been added. Not too much, but again, I did have changed stuff every now and then. So, before we get into it, I do use 1920 by 1080 as my computer's resolution. Now, my in-game aspect ratio is 1444 by 1080. Sometimes I'll change that closer to native, sometimes a little bit more stretched. It's up to you. There are some presets, but you can also type in here what specifically you want to use. I default play Silicon Valley. Obviously, I speak English and a little Mandarin, but English is the language that I use. Resolution is 1 in-game. I don't want to take up too much processing power, so I want that high FPS because FPS affects movement. Frame cap, keep that on 0. You do not want to cap your frames. If you cap your frames, you're a papiga. Okay, now, low spec, that's if you have a kind of doo-doo computer and you need to, like, help your computer as much as possible. Then turn on low spec. It's basically going to eliminate people's legs, so it doesn't show the animation for them crouching. It's kind of weird, but if you have a pretty poopy computer, use low spec, okay? Particles, shadows, ambient shading, bullet trails, muzzle flash, and sniper flap. I turn all that crap off, because it affects FPS, and the lower your FPS, the shitter your movement. Texture animations, that's if you have like any animations in the game, whether it's walls that have animations or any skins, like a rainbow skin, anything like that that has any animation to it whatsoever, it's going to allow that rainbow to like move. If you turn that off though, it's going to be just a stagnant skin. Now the interface. UI scale I keep on 0.1. I think it looks pretty clean. I'm able to see everything pretty clearly. If you turn that up, obviously it's going to be big as fuck. UI, I show my UI, otherwise you're going to be, it's pretty blank, okay? Dynamic HP bars, I just keep that on. Show hit indicators. This is the red crap that shows up around whenever someone shoots at you and you take damage. Show you what direction you're taking damage from. I turn that off because that takes up a crap ton of FPS once you get shot. Show damage, I turn that off because I think it's kind of annoying. It's a little bit distracting when I'm shooting someone and I see numbers popping off them all over, so I turn that off. Damage color, obviously only worry about this if you have your show damage on. Damage scale is at 0.1 because I don't know, but if you're using that, this will change your size of your damage that comes up when you have show damage turned on. Now, show chat box, I have that on always because sometimes I like to chat with people in game. Kill feed, obviously it's going to show the kills that are popping up. Okay, kill counter, that's going to be up top on the right where it's how many kills you have, but not your kill streak. The kill streak is going to come from show streak counter. You also have your show death counter, show player messages. I have these two turned off, kind of like to chat with people. Don't show unboxings. I don't show my ping. I do show my FPS because I like to know what my FPS is, and sometimes if it's dropping down, I like to know that. Player messages, I already have that on. Movement speed, I don't have that on. It takes up quite a bit of FPS. I don't like showing it personally. I don't worry about this because all this speed X and Y offset is for showing your movement speed. Showing your medals, that's the medals that pop up whenever you kill someone. So when you kill someone, it'll say mid-air kill, stuff like that on the top of your screen. I don't like it popping up on my screen, so I have that turned off. Name tag display is going to be the stuff that shows up above everyone's head. So I have it on everyone. So even if I'm playing capture the flag, I can see where my teammates are, stuff like that. You can change it to where it's name only, name level only, health only. I wish there were more options, but unfortunately this is the only three we have. My crosshair. Keep in mind UICL does play into crosshair. So
as the virus spread its horrible infection.
Man, I had a corona. Don't actually have coronavirus, but I'm a little sick. Get my crosshair again. UI does affect your crosshair. So because my UI is very small, my crosshair is also smaller. So in order if you want to keep your crosshair the same as mine, you have to have the same UI scale. My shadow thickness is on 1. I have it as a cross, so it's custom. Style is cross, and it always show the color is yellow and the background is black. Now, shadow thickness is 1. The thickness of the crosshair itself is 2, and my size is 4.4. You don't have to use a slider. You can actually just type in on the right over here, 4.4. Now, in the gameplay, you have X and Y sensitivity, and aim X and Y sensitivity. Unlike last video, I did change mine. So my aiming sensitivity, I actually lowered to 0.35 instead of 0.4, because I like to be a little bit more accurate when I'm fighting people in game, especially with how fast people are moving. Lag comp, don't know why I had that turned up, turning that down now. It's pretty dumb, don't worry about it, okay? Scroll direction, that's basically going to decide, like, if you want your scroll direction to match up with how you're choosing your weapons, crap like that. Streamer mode, that's going to change people's names in game. Honestly, it's not really that useful. Don't even use it, okay? Challenge mode, that's going to put your health to half of what it normally is. And you won't get any health regeneration, but you will get 1.5 times the amount of KR at the end of the match. So if you get over 3,000 points, instead of getting 30 KR, you'll get 45. Invert Y-axis, if you use that, you're weird, okay? Controller, I'm going to skip all this, but keep in mind they have added this. This is stuff you can use if you use a controller, like a weirdo. Audio, they've added a couple more things. The ambient volume is the volume of the map itself. Voice volume is obviously the volume that people are talking in game. Guns volume, that's obviously the volume of the guns. Player volume is like footsteps, right? Their footsteps and crap like that. UI volume, that's when you're like going through the menu and stuff, how loud that's going to be. View model. Field of view here is your in-game field of view. I use 120. If you are showing your weapon field of view would also be how much FOV is on your weapon itself.
Each of us has a role to play in defeating this virus.
They did add a couple more things. So like before, there's weapon leaning. Mine is still on 1.5. I lowered this to 0.5 for my leaning. I didn't want it to lean as much. Especially sometimes I will on stream turn on my weapon and like using it on when I'm aiming in. X, Y, and Z offset is how your gun is moved in these general directions. So X offset is obviously this, Y offset is obviously this, and Z is this way outwards. I have mine Y is all the way down, Z is a little bit out, and X is 1.4. My weapon aim animation, that's if you whether or not you want your gun to actually aim in when you aim in, or if you just want it to like almost like zoom in like this. A little hard to explain, but just try it out, see if you like it or not. I personally don't like it. High weapon on ADS, that's if when you're using your weapon turned on the view model. If you want it to go when you aim in, you enable this. Otherwise, don't worry about it. Show primary, sometimes I'll have mine on, sometimes off. Show secondary, it's again just like show primary. Show melee, I like having mine on because of the frostbite that I have. All right, so editing. Now, this is getting into a lot of customization with colors of both the game, saturation, and crap like that. So HUD health high, this is going to be your health that's on the bottom left-hand side of your screen. When it's high, that's basically when it's full, stuff like that. My color is blue. When it's low, it turns green. My pop-up score color, that's the color that pops up whenever I kill someone. It gives me the certain amount of points, however many I earned. It's blue. And this pop-up score scale I have is 0.4 because that tones it down. It's not as big. It's not even an FPS thing at that point. I just don't want it to be super big on my screen. You can also change the X and Y offset. My Y offset is at 4.4 because I like it slightly higher. So saturation in game and UI is something that, yes, it does affect FPS, but it personally makes the game look good. I feel like saturation on default of 1 makes the game look really, really dull. So I like having it on 2. I never really turn it that much higher than that, but I'm used to having it on 2. Saturation UI is all this UI and everything, how colorful you want that to be. Obviously it's black and gray if you have it all the way down, and really bright if you have it all the way up. I just keep it on 1.5, just kind of a middle ground. So color hue, this is kind of where it gets a little wacky. color hue in game is going to kind of like spin the color wheel. Okay. If you turn it up, as you turn it up, goes through the color wheel, and it's going to kind of until you get back to 100. If you kind of want to like use this on stream or in a YouTube video, anything like that, could look cool, could do good for montages. Just keep in mind that it is going to change the color of your crosshair as well. Now the color UI, I don't know why that the color hue in game affects your crosshair and not the color hue UI, but this you gotta change this too. Okay. Vignette, this is kind of, I probably said that wrong anyways. This is kind of going to be like a, you'll notice if I do it back and forth like this, it's going to be almost like a black haze around the edge of your screen. I'm pretty sure people use this for montages. I don't, because it looks dumb. But whatever. Chat opacity, this is going to be the, how well you're able to see the chat in the bottom left-hand side of your screen. Okay, and there's obviously a background opacity. The lower it is, obviously, the less black you're going to have behind your letters on the chat on the bottom left. The higher, the more black it's going to be. Chat text outline, that's like a little bit of an outline just to help you see a little bit better for the chats and text in there. Specifically for maps like Sub-Zero where there's snow everywhere, it's the same color as the chat, it's hard to see. So that's what people use it for. Chat height, this is where you can adjust how high you want your chat to go. If you turn it all the way up, you can have it like up here, way up here. So it's up to you, just experiment with it. Kind of a personal preference. Timers, this is how long chat's going to show up for until they go away. I have this at 0 because I want to keep it up forever. Depth map, why? Just why? I don't know. I don't know why it's used. I don't know. Okay, I don't know. Green screen, this is kind of for those of you who want to do like photoshopping type work and everything. It's really not useful in game at all.
Wash your hands, clean often used surfaces.
So bullet tracer color. This is something new that was out of the game, and this is going to be the bullets, like shooting your AK or anything like that. You're going to see your bullets. On default, before, they used to be, I think it was like almost like a white yellow. Now you can actually change the color to pretty much any color. You could have it be yellow, green, light blue, dark blue, purple, red, anything in between. And it's not going to affect what other people see, but what you see on your screen. I have to keep mine black. Sometimes people, I obviously don't know, like some people are weird and do like yellow and all these other colors, but it's completely up to you. Customization. So load mods and auto load mod. Load mod obviously is going to allow you to load mods that you could choose from the mods list. And then auto load mod is going to basically auto load the last mod that you had loaded every single game following. Okay. So my scope image is the same. Hit marker image is still the same. It's a blank hit marker image, reticle image. All this stuff is the same, and if you guys want the links to those, they're all in my Twitch. You can come to my Twitch. There's commands for each of them, so if you're curious, if you want my scope, hit marker, reticle, any of that crap, just come to my Twitch, ask me what the command is, and I'll go ahead and tell you. Reticle image width is going to change the size of the reticle that you're using. I haven't really experimented with it too much because I don't even use a reticle. I just use a crosshair, and that's it. And I have it on always show, that way it doesn't go away. But experiment with it if you would like to. My endgame message, advertising my Twitch, you know, plug. And profile image, that's obviously what you see usually here in the top left. It's my profile image. I don't have any of these changed, but you can change them to even animated stuff if you'd like to. I don't really customize that much because, you know, FPS. Damage overlay. So the damage overlay is the red that pops up all the way around your screen, kind of like this vignette over here, but it'd be red. Whenever you get shot, the more damage you take, the more red it's going to be. I don't use it FPS. I care about it a lot. Okay. You can also change the damage overlay image, like that. These are all blank hit markers for like my hit marker, reticle, and damage overlay, just in case like the setting doesn't work itself, it still won't pop up. Timer icon and game overlay. This is obviously stuff that you can customize further with. I don't use it. Going into my controls, because I know some of you asked me what keybinds that I've changed around. So aim, I know it says unbound. It's obviously still right click. Shoot, still left click. Inspect, that's going to be like to look at your weapon. None of these are really changed except for my spray, which I have on mouse 4, which is the button closer to me on the mouse. And then my knife, going to be jumping down here just because we're on the mouse itself. My melee weapon is on mouse 5, which is the button that's farther away from me on the mouse. Spray, Going to jump, crouch, keep it a shift. Highly recommend keeping it a shift because that's going to help with your slide hopping. Primary weapon I have is 4. Secondary weapon I also have is 4. And the reason why I do this is because I like it to where it's almost like a click one button to switch between weapons. So if I click 4 and I'm on my primary, it's going to go to my secondary. If I click 4 again, it'll go back to my primary. If I'm on my knife and I click 4, it'll go to my secondary. But if I'm on my knife and I want to go back to my primary, I just click the knife mouse button again. A little confusing, but I personally like the way it's set up. Voice, I don't ever use it. And everything else is pretty much the same. I know that the toggle weapon visibility, this is if you want to show your weapon on your screen or not when you're playing. If you want to hotkey it, I have it at hotkey as 0, so I just press 0 and my gun will go away, even though it's still up. I just won't see it. And if it's away and I want to bring it back up, just hit 0 again. But yeah, guys, that's going to be it for the settings video. It's a little bit of an updated version. Now, if we do get a lot of big change in the future, obviously I'll make another one of these videos. But if you have any questions, feel free to ask down in the comments below or come to my stream every day, twitch.tv/FrostyWolf__. For now, might be FrostyWolf here in the future. Ask me there. I'll be more than glad to answer your question. And hopefully I don't have coronavirus. Stay safe. Love you guys.